Hi there. Let's talk a little bit about position management. So what you'll notice, the first things you have here is with regards to the role. The role name should be self-explanatory to anyone joining. So let's say we want to have a marketing manager. Let's be very clear. Let's say a media manager. Let's call it that. Okay, so we have a social media manager. They will be in the revenues department. You can add other departments if you want to have other departments, but let's say they'll be under revenue. Under the director of revenue. Is this a managerial position? No. We'll just have a person that cannot have subordinates. If you want to have a manager and have people under them, the only thing you need to do is check this box, and then the system will allow you to add people under them. So what's the desired result of this person? And you will notice on the right side here, there are these little question marks, and they will help you fill in all of these. This video is just for extra and additional help. So one paragraph sentence describing the end result or benefit to the organization if the person succeeds in their role. So the end result, what's the end result of the social media manager? Our social channels or profiles, let's say profile, are generating a consistent flow of high quality leads on a weekly basis. Okay, so basically this is the end result. Again, the end desired result, not posting on social. Posting on socials, it's something that is tactical work. For example, here, post updates, post company updates on Facebook specifically, right? That's one piece of tactical work. In terms of strategic work, determine the best, let's say, way to convert leads from Facebook groups, right? This is something that's strategic. Someone needs to think, how are we going to do this? What needs to happen in order for us to generate leads from Facebook groups? Tactical work means just something someone needs to do, which is different. Many times these two people aren't the same. The people posting don't need to be the same as the people coming up with strategy, and vice versa. You can have roles that have only strategic work and no tactical work, and you can have roles that have only tactical work and no strategic work. Or like this one, you can have roles that have both. Position-specific standards. So we believe in having company-specific standards or company-wide standards, which are, for example, do not swear, do not gossip, treat everyone fairly, always be on time, tell people if you're going to be late before you are actually late, right? And so on and so forth. So these are company-wide standards relevant for every person. In terms of position-specific standards for this person, for example, each one of our social media accounts has at least one post per week, right? So that it's active and it stays active, right? And you can even give as much detail as you want. The goal here is for them to remain active all year round. Another strategic standard can be posts are scheduled at least 2 months in advance, for example, right? Or weekly posts, let's say. Weekly posts are scheduled at least 2 months. That means you have to have at least 9 weeks of weekly posts in advance. You can have 12 weeks, but at least 2 months. So these are position specific. Resources, what do you get? You get a access to our company social media profiles. You get a company email address. You get access to XYZ course, right? Social media course, whatever they actually get, right? That you put here. Accountability. Who are you accountable? And again, all of these are here. Exactly who the person or the persons, if they're multiple in this role, are accountable to, how often, and what do they need to report on, right? So let's see, this person is accountable to the director of revenue. They are to report on number of leads generated on a weekly basis, preferably on Monday before whatever 12 or 11 a.m. right? And that's it. Or you can say on a weekly basis on Monday before 11 a.m. right? Not preferably, but that is how it must be. And that's it. You can have, who they're accountable for, what they need to report on, and how often. That's it. Consequences for success: stable monthly salary, bonus, let's say compensation for every lead generated, etc., whatever you want to do, right? Every compensation for every 1,000 new followers, doesn't matter what you want to do. Consequences for failure, the potential to lose their place of work within the company, right? That is a consequence for failure, and so on and so forth. So you can also determine how do we consider failures? Like, for example, if we don't meet the standard if we don't reach our goal for 1 week, what happens? If we don't reach our goal for a full month, then what happens? Maybe maybe it's not the potential, or I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to suggest, but this is basically a consequence for failure, right? One of the consequences. And you can add people to this position. Let's say I want to add Robert to this position. I'm going to add them. Sorry about that. I'm on a trial. But basically, I've added Robert to this role. Robert can add himself an avatar and so on and so forth. But basically, I can add as many people to this role as I want. And then I can also have shared resources, which means that, let's say we have a designer in the organization, but somewhere else, let's say in another part of the org. And so shared resources means that the manager of that designer is sharing that designer with me, so that if I need design capabilities, I can have them here so I can work with them. So Robert can give tasks to, let's say, Daniel. Let's say Daniel is the designer and he's somewhere else in the business, but he's a shared resource for this position. That means that Robert can then give tasks to Daniel. Let's say if I need a social media picture or something created, Daniel will create it for Robert, and then Robert can post it on social media. That's basically it. You can download this as a PDF if you want to share this whenever you're hiring someone. You can duplicate the position so you don't write this again, someone, or you can delete it if you don't want the position anymore. You can click save and continue, and then that position has been added as a social media manager under the Director of Revenue. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or any feedback, we would love to hear them right here at the bottom, right? And if you need anything else, we will be right beside you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.